It is Thursday. It is May 1st. Grind on the Grid finished Sunday afternoon. And right now, recovery is going well. I managed to get pretty sunburned. And so, indeed, my scalp is peeling quite a bit. This video is just going to try to stay short and sweet, but I wanted to include a little bit of information about the race and some of my experiences from Grind on the Grid 2025. So I'm going to try to do some talking sections here, and then I'll put some video out there with some pictures. I had some AI help, my ChatGPT subscription. Maybe it'll be helpful, maybe it won't. But the first thing I wanted to mention briefly is preparation for the race. Driving down through Chicago Friday night was painful, but we got there around 7 o'clock. It had just finished raining, so it was pretty obvious where not to set up a canopy because you were going to end up soaking wet. So we were able to find a spot 10 feet from the corral, a great location, got our canopy set up. I'll include a quick AI sketch of the kind of thing that we had going on. I used some special anchors. I'll include a picture of that as well so you can see all the setup. But I had waterproof totes with stuff like hydration and gels, and another one for electronics, another one for shoes and clothes, and then we had a kitchen tub with all the stuff for cooking food while we were at the race. Another topic I wanted to briefly mention was pacing at an ultra like this. For me, having done, I think, 6 of these backyard ultras now with quite a bit of success, I know that I get kind of competitive, and I understand that a lot of other runners are there much more for a social aspect, period. I think that's what makes these races so much fun for so many people, is that there are different approaches and everybody's got a little bit different way of going about things. For me, my pacing strategy was pretty simple. I like to go out very quickly at the beginning of a yard. I like to really push the tempo when my body temperature is pretty cool and I'm well rested and well hydrated, and try to bank that time for later on in the loop. Generally, my pace is fastest early on, and then other people catch me, especially when I got to the last half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, the forested area. I really was a lot slower than most people, and most of them would pass me back. I was very consistently finishing laps around 50 minutes. And no matter what I seemed to try to do, I couldn't quite slow down very much. In a backyard ultra like this, the biggest thing was, don't let little things wait. If something is wrong, you got to fix it, because otherwise little errors accumulate and there's a multiplying effect. And all of a sudden you don't have time to deal with GI issues, a shoe change, blistering, clothes change, and getting enough to eat and drink if you're not back quickly enough and you're falling behind. For me personally, I approached this one planning on going 48 hours or longer as needed. I was really dissatisfied with how I had done at Ohio. I thought I could do better. So in my mind, I was just counting down from the number 60, a rather arbitrary number, but that's kind of the mental aspect of a backyard like this. If you're anticipating perhaps going 60 loops, then if you're short of that, you're completely ready to continue and you don't really worry about quitting. So in my mind, I was thinking, well, I'm going to do 60 hill repeats. So each hour I would go up the rather gentle sloped driveway, but it was a little bit of uphill that first half mile every lap. And I was making sure I was pushing that and thinking of it as just a hill repeat workout, where if I ran 60 half miles, I would definitely do what I thought was my best effort. So the other thing I didn't deal with at this backyard was GI issues. My stomach was great the entire time, and that's the first ultra race, 50 miles or more. It's the first one where I've been able to keep my stomach settled so that I could just take care of worrying about other things instead of my stomach. So that was a rather nice experience. The mental side of a backyard ultra is probably a bigger aspect than the physical side. I think many people can, if they're mentally ready, go 20 to 40 miles without too many issues. You can troubleshoot things, you can jog, all that. But there's this idea of, you're going to have highs and you're going to have lows, especially as you go past 100 miles. And for me, it was a matter of enjoying the highs when they happened and riding out the lows when they happened. There were certainly times when I wasn't enjoying being out there, but there was a lot of times when I did really enjoy what I was doing. And so just knowing that there's going to be times you don't feel like being out there, but at the same time, that's not forever. It's a temporary situation. And eventually, you'll be feeling better again. Try to get some caffeine, change some shoes, eat something. All good strategies before you decide, hey, no, I'm done. And specifically regarding Grind on the Grid, we are talking about a course that is relatively exposed. You're going to be in the sun. Definitely wear sunscreen. Even if it doesn't feel extraordinarily warm, you're going to get a lot of sun. And so I applied sunscreen every hour. It was not enough. Also, when you're setting up camp, be ready that your canopy is going to take a lot of abuse just from the wind. None of the wind gusts this time were really that aggressive, 15 miles an hour, maybe 20 miles an hour on Friday night, but some canopies indeed did take damage again this year. So just anticipate at Grind on the Grid, you're going to have to deal with wind that you might not be used to dealing with. As far as the course itself, I rather like road running, especially at events like this where you can not trip over things. I really felt that's what took me out of the Ohio's backyard. And so this time I didn't fall down one time, and I benefited from not dealing with that pain. So I could really troubleshoot my issues on the road. And the trail section was something that I could walk rather slowly and still finish with plenty of time. As far as personally what struggles I had in this race, the biggest issue I had is early on Sunday morning, 24, 25, 26 yards in, my biggest struggle was my hip and my glute all started to tighten up. That is my bad hip. Once upon a time, I got hit by a car on that hip, and it's never been quite right. But I was able to use a foam roller. I was able to try shoe changes, and eventually I was able to find my Cloud Eclipse shoes, these ones right here, and they were able to save me this time. They were the ones that worked best. So if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. I really enjoyed the experience. Thank you, Matt Cantrell and Chaos and all the other people, but especially, again, my wife, Katie, who was there to support me, even though it was rather cold a couple of those nights. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Off sandbag. As soon as you take off, he's going to take off.
I didn't mark anything on a board.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Woo!
Congratulations. Yeah, wrapping up.